Good morning, students. Yesterday we have started with the Bohr's model. Now, today we are starting the topic electronic configuration. Now, electronic configuration already I have explained in the atom and molecule, but again we are revising since we have studied the Bohr's model yesterday. So, today we are going to study the electronic configuration based on the Bohr's model. Okay. Now, every time I am telling you to learn the periodic table since it will be helpful for you to do the electronic configuration. Okay. So, in the sequence you should learn the name of the element and the symbol. Okay. Likewise, if we study the hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium and the calcium. Now, in the sequence you have to learn the periodic table till 20. Okay. So, in this you have to learn the full, that is okay. So, you have to learn the periodic table till 20. After that you should know the symbol. Hydrogen, the symbol it is H, helium it is He, lithium Li, beryllium Be, boron capital B, carbon capital C, nitrogen capital N, oxygen O, fluorine F, neon Ne, sodium Na, magnesium Mg, aluminium A and small l, silicon Si, phosphorus P, sulfur S, chlorine Cl, argon Ar, potassium K and calcium. Now, electronic configuration it is done on the basis of atomic number. We have already studied that there are 4 type of shells to do the electronic configuration, that are K, L, M and L shell. In the K shell, how many electrons can be accommodated? That is 2. It is 2, 8, 18 and 32 likewise. So, when you are doing the configuration of the hydrogen, the electronic configuration of the hydrogen when we are doing, we know that only one electron is there. So, the electronic configuration will be 1. Okay. Helium, if we see, the first shell it can maximum accommodate as the 2 electrons. So, the electronic configuration will be 2. Lithium, the atomic number is 3. Now, we know that the first shell is the K shell, L shell. Now, K shell maximum can accommodate only 2 electrons. In K shell, the maximum number of the electrons can be accommodated, that is only 2. So, when you are writing 2, we have to write 3. So, 1 will be going into the next shell, that is the L shell. Okay. Similarly, if we see in the beryllium, if we write 2, then 2 will be going into the next shell. Likewise, if we do of the boron 5, 2, next it will be going into the next shell, that is 3, 2, then 4 will be going into next shell. Okay, why? Because the L shell, L shell maximum, how many electrons are accommodated? The maximum they can be accommodated, that is the 8 electrons. So, the first shell can accommodate 2 electrons. You can see in all the first shell it is the 2 electrons. In the second shell if we are seeing, then if we do of the oxygen it is 2 and the remaining electrons will be going into the L shell. Then fluorine 2, 7. Then if we do the neon it is 2, 8. If you do of the sodium we can write 2. Now, the capacity of the L shell it is only 8 electrons. So, we are writing 8 and the next last one 8 plus 2, 10. But we have to write 11. So, 1 will be going into the last shell. Okay. Then again magnesium, similarly we will write 2, 8, 2. Aluminium 2, 8, 3. Silicon it is 14. We will be writing 2, 8, 4. Phosphorus 2, 8, 5. Sulfur 2, 8, 6, chlorine 2, 8, 7, argon 2, 8, 8. Okay. Now, you have to take care about the potassium and the calcium. Now, what happened? The student do the configuration of potassium as 2, 8, 9 and calcium 2, 8, 10. So, you should know that after filling this K, L and M shell, these are going into the subshell, so we will not write 9 here, we will write the configuration as 2881. Okay, so only these two configuration are having little bit different. So when you are doing the configuration of the potassium and the calcium, you should take care that these two electronic configuration you should write properly, 2881 and 2882. okay. Now another important things that you have to learn, that is the valency. Now that in the atom molecule already I have explained you, but once again I am telling you, electronic valency is calculated by the outermost shell electron. For example, if outermost shell electron it is till 4, it is the direct valency. You can see that now stable configuration is there when it is outside 8 electrons or it is 2 electron. But when the electrons are less than 8, what we have to do, we can calculate the valency. For example, it is one outermost shell like K and L. The outermost shell it is 1 electron, so directly it will be showing +1. Outermost it is 2, directly it will be showing +2. Outermost it is 3, directly it will be showing +3, +4. But after 4, 5, 6 and 7, you have to take care that what you have to, how you will calculate valency, by doing the difference 8 minus 8. Okay, what we will be doing? We will be doing 8 minus 5, you will get 3. This minus sign show here, there these are gaining electron, plus sign show here, they are losing electron. Okay, so 5 means we want 8 here. For 8, how many electrons should be adjusted? 3 electron. So you can do 8 minus 5, 3. 8 minus 6, 2. 8 minus 7, 1. 8 minus 8, 0. Okay, and here again till 4 it is valency, +1, +2, +3, +4, and after so on again we are calculating similarly 8 minus 5, 3, 8 minus 6, 2, 8 minus 7, 1. So like this we can calculate the valency. Okay, and what is the meaning of the valency? It is the combining capacity of the element.